The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Ambition is a privilege, nigga. When it's a disease, choke, some man who catch. Yeah. Well, I never bust a chain or me never pick a pocket. Never see a old man bag and try grab it. Everything me have, you know me work hard for it. So why some dirty nigga bad mind me for it? Every day them see me out the road and me a flash. Buy me one a liquor, so me have me one a glass.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Burger King, Carrie's Fabric and Uniform Store, City of Hope, Epic Battery, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, KFC, Muffler World, Naughty Johnny's, Prince Masters, Sandcastle Bahamas, and Tropical Gyros.
Me heart clean, clean like the water from the stream. Me mind no dirty, me think clean. I will never go just for your queen. Me heart no dirty, me heart clean, clean like the water from the stream. Me mind no dirty, me think clean. I will never go just for your queen. Remember, say, no man is a island. The only man who is a island, a key man. Remember. So each one help one, so it no make sense about
We're back at you on the Friday, August 22nd edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty along with Earl the Pearl, Pearly in the building.
Hey,
nice and early, right up until 6 p.m.
Right here.
And shout out to MJ. I had a prior engagement. It's going to run long, so you all got me and Pearly instead.
I mean, you know, second fiddle, but that's all right. I can live with that, man.
Better than no fiddle at all.
I know what you mean.
It's a Friday.
Hey,
Listen,
it's a
man.
Friday.
Open up the lines.
Okay.
If you want to chime in, here's how.
Here's how you can become a talking head. Brought to you by BTC.
Text lines powered by BTC 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Phone lines open in New Providence, 323-6232, 325-4259, 325-4316. Toll free in any one of the family islands, 242-300-5720, 242-300-5720. Stream us live, take us wherever you want to go, GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. All right. That's how you get it in. That's how you get it on for fresh news, smart talk all day right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Pearly, Friday, I got a couple of things I want to talk about, but obviously, let's get to the headlines. Let's get them out of the way because they obviously going to be part of the conversation.
Amen.
It's time for Headliners. Everything that's making headlines in the 242. Brought to you by the Fine Threads.
Here's what's blazing up the pages of the Nassau Guardian News and Views. It matters since 1844. All brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads. Big headline. High BPL bills due to pricier fuel. Hold on. Pearly, as a satirist, I could not write this or attempt to write this. You could put me in the room with all my favorite things.
They're quoting the lady in charge.
Pricier.
I'm sure they wouldn't put it in the Guardian if it wasn't a word.
No, I know. Pricier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're trying to say that, you know, the cost of fuel goes up, and because they say the run rates stays standard, your base rate that stays, but your fuel consumption rate changes. So I guess they say the price of fuel goes up. You use more electricity. They said in the winter, which is, you know, in when it's cool for us, we call it winter, but Clifton could handle the whole of Nassau, the whole of New Providence. But in the summer, and Clifton has the bunkers, the cheap fuel. So but in the summer, they have to bring the others on, which makes it a little more pricier. Yeah.
But then we still experience outages and load sheds.
But we haven't been, well, no, at least I haven't seen it, so knock on wood. Right? But I've heard others complain. I know some good friends in Century Lucha, called me yesterday, the day before.
I got a lot of taxes in the
Lucha.
regular
There's lights going out like crazy. They're really upset. So I don't know, man.
Abaco, parts Abaco
yes,
also?
Yes, Abaco as well. I spoke to somebody in Abaco as well.
I guess maybe they're under the pricier situation as well, too.
Maybe so.
It's pricier.
But I saw something. I don't know how true it is. I can have to say allegedly, but I saw somebody put something up saying that they went away on July 7th, which is a great day in the world. July 7th.
It was August 31st.
Almost, but it's good. So they left July 7th. They came back August 8th. But they still had a huge light bill. A huge light bill. And they're trying to figure it out when they left a nil balance. They always pay the light bill off. And they, they turn off everything, so there wasn't no AC running, nothing like that. Maybe just the fridge on, and that's what it. Maybe
The jumps are crazy.
I don't know. I mean, Grand Bahama people have been carrying on like crazy. They had protests and they upset.
But speaking of that, though, I mean, BPL countered that by saying that they're going to offer a 50% rebate to customers on 3 family islands. But I mean, nothing from nothing, leave nothing. If I ain't had nothing, I mean, how you going to rebate me?
Well, we have the most. I mean, I guess they can rebate them because the lights getting turned off all the time. But hey, but I still got these heck stupid bills,
Yeah.
Yes, a little blind too.
Hey. PM recommits to concluding union contract. Shouldn't it have been done already?
Well, they said they did 50 plus, but then the unions jump up and say, is one thing signing the paper, but hey, you ain't fulfilling it on the paper. So I think I saw in the papers a couple of days ago, TUC talking about taking a walk.
And I had some other unions for me.
But, talk is cheap, but buy land.
Moolah. And then the last headline, Rosewood Exuma project gets go-ahead for commercial dock from DEPP.
That's interesting. I mean, it's the guy next door is really...
That's the controversial North Bay commercial dock for Integra's 200 Key. It's been given the green light.
Yeah, but some other guy is building some eco-friendly resort and saying that this is going to interrupt with the pristine and the tranquility of the area with all the ships and boats coming in and the back office, the back of the back of the house there. So but it got approval. So it's it's jobs. It's going to be hopefully bring more money into the country.
We'll see. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a nice brand.
You always want those things to work. You always want those things, no matter.
But we got to make
sure
sure that environmentally correct and soundly, and all those marinas and all of that, I mean, the moorings and everything. Make sure we do all dot I's and cross our T's.
Oh yeah, moorings. Yeah, okay. I don't know. What do you think?
That's a different story for another day.
Why another day?
I mean, we touch on it now, but I mean, I'm planning on having a compadre join me, Mr. Maury.
Okay.
Probably next week.
Oh, all right. Good man. Very good man.
So we could
because he has first-hand knowledge of it. He's,
correct.
Being a boater himself and a marina, owning a marina, he's
the problem I have with this situation is if you know how this taxation has caused the majority of the market,
boy,
almost 90%, to go further in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Bring them back by making the adjustments required and find out how to, since this administration tax, figure out a different creative tax to tax them, but leave what was working in place.
Yeah.
Because now I've had Bahamian captains tell me, Noddy, what really hurts me is that I used to be able to make a living, and by 6 o'clock, we was washed down. I was having a cold when I was heading home for supper with the family. Now I got to come down to these ports of call and work for 2 months on to have a month and a half off to have 2 months on.
Wow.
Well, and then, a month back
but
on.
Not only him as the charter owner is hurting, that Airbnb where somebody would come and probably stay a night or two in Nassau, that taxi driver who picked them up from the airport, bring them to the dock, the boat cleaner, the boat mechanic, the people who provide the food, the drinks for the boat, all that has gone down as well because that's no business. You don't need those things.
No, right, and then don't forget, you had folks companies that would shop for these boats and get them out there and get them resupplied and restocked and all of that. There's businesses that made off of all of these boats during the season.
Yep, exactly. That's the whole point. So I don't know, boy.
Good afternoon, Naughty and Pearly. BPL bills you, but the previous and current readings are not the bill. These bills are estimated. Today, Naughty and Pearly, there's a particular person calling other citizens, but they are mad because, anyway, you're stirring. You're trying to set it off.
Let them set it off.
Many in Exuma upset with that Samson Key project, Naughty and Pearly.
I'm hearing that, yeah.
All right. Well, we got
who's behind that? I think they're saying Rosewood, but it ain't just Rosewood. Got to be somebody behind that. Who got a piece of that?
I'm sure we could pull it up and we could check on it.
And you hear a name and you say, oh, okay, that's why I get approved so quick. Oh, so good. Okay.
But I'll tell you something. We got those topics. Obviously, the lines are open. You can chime in about everything. But I was sitting here today, and I'm going to kind of go down memory lane a little bit. Tonight I finally marked off some time.
Okay.
MJ told me, look, you and Pearlie knock out the show.
Okay.
When I finish with this engagement I have, boom. I will handle the food.
You
I
gotta
get
be
your
very careful when
favorites.
you say boom, because you know my mind.
No.
right? Okay.
That may come later, but
Okay.
no. But I will get the food. I'll get the latitudes.
So that's you. You're going for that.
No, she's
She's
got
going
it.
to latitudes
So,
for
but
the
when
food.
I get off and boom, that's latitudes right there. We're gonna do the little dinner thing.
Y'all going there or you bring takeout?
No, we can do it at home.
Oh, little.
Bring it home. Let's
Yeah.
take out. Bring it home. Cuddle up and watch Netflix, the Dallas Cowboy documentary.
Netflix and chill.
And
So-
I've been waiting to do that, so I'm gonna get to watch it and maybe binge watch it. You understand what I'm
Let me
saying?
ask this question. What happened to the 2 Red Rocks?
They're big enough to go be Rugrats. They're now, they're bigger, a lot bigger.
So one takes the car, another one jumps in, and they go prowling for a bit.
Borderline.
Okay.
Borderline.
All right.
But that's kind of interesting you brought it up because I started thinking, that's my Cowboys. I told MJ, I was like, listen, that's
Yeah.
the Cowboys I know.
Yeah.
That was, and I said, you could ask Pearlie. I could turn on the TV on a Sunday, watch the first drive of the game, and say, man, we could beat the brakes off this team.
Yeah.
And come back 2 hours later, and they look at the scoreboard, 38-7. We beat the brakes off the team.
Yeah. I mean, it was a pleasure to watch a Tony Dorsett play.
Yeah. And
And it
I'm
was
not-
a pleasure. And even being a Dolphin fan, it was a pleasure to watch it.
And
play.
now that was the end of it. That was the bad years with Dorsett and Herschel Walker. I'm talking about the '90s with Jimmy Johnson
Yes.
and my
How about them
Cowboys.
Dogs? How about them
Michael
Dogs?
Irvin, Troy Aikman, Emmett Smith.
Probably if not the greatest, top 3 got to be.
They're the original triplets. They're the best triplets. They did 3 Super Bowls in 4 years before anybody else did it. The Patriots included.
No.
Yes,
no.
Google it.
Hold on. What about those Pittsburgh Steelers with Terry Bradshaw in the 70s?
Yeah, they didn't do 3 and 4 though. They
They
did.
did 2 and 2?
They did 2 and 2.
2, miss 1, 2, and come back with
Right,
2.
4
Okay.
and 5.
Yeah, okay. All right.
But they were bad in their own right.
Yeah, they were.
And
Yeah.
hats off to the Steel Curtain.
Yeah.
But I looked, I said, you listen to anybody objectively today that talks sports with me and around, they will tell you, if Jerry Jones did not mess up that relationship with Jimmy Johnson, we would have been the Patriots before the Patriots.
Probably so.
We would have had 6 at least.
Probably so. But that's when you got an owner who has an ego, who wants to be the limelight and keep forgetting people don't come to watch the owner.
Correct. But that reminded me of the 90s.
Yeah.
And me and MJ and started talking about the 90s, and I started reminiscing, and I was like, listen, when I talk with Pearlie today, we're gonna go down memory lane a little bit into the 90s, because take it a gander back, Pearlie. You remember what people were into in the 90s?
Time for change. Oh, you mean
No, but listen here. When you look at it, right?
Okay.
Check this out. Look how far.
go ahead.
Look how far we've digressed. In the 90s, remember now, the more popular things to do in the Bahamas were the beaches.
Yes.
That were promoted on multiple levels.
Yeah.
Not just here, but in the Family Islands.
Yeah.
We had multiple beaches on the top 10 beaches around the world and those
Yeah.
kind of features. We
Yeah.
don't see too much of that anymore.
Yeah.
The waters.
Yeah.
For how many commercials and movies
Yeah.
and backdrops that was
Yeah.
used for.
Yeah.
Junkanoo was always promoted.
Yes.
At
They
some
traveled
point,
a lot.
Correct.
Yeah. That's when they had the Smithsonian exhibition.
You got it.
Awesome.
Those were actually still done by Bahamians, and they had the actual handicraft going on,
The tops from the island.
right? And they would do it at the straw market.
Yeah.
Okay, they engaged the tourist, and that was highly promoted. And then, check this out. The engaging activities of like local bike, city and country tours with tour companies,
Yes.
as well as boat tours
Yes.
that explored local cuisine, local locales, and often featured conch and other seafood up close and personal.
Yeah.
When last have you heard those kind? Then natural attractions, the beaches,
Yeah.
the handicrafts, the Junkanoo and art, the straw goods, the conch shell items, and the conch shell jewelry, the tortoise shell jewelry.
Dasher Gardens.
You remember that? The Seafloor Aquarium.
And you know, where I live, the tourists used to walk straight down.
Right.
I mean, you could come out, if you walk out my gate and look down the road, you see that's where the Seafloor Aquarium was. You could
Correct.
see it directly. People and tourists walk past there all day, every day, and without a fear for anything, because Chippenham people, we protect our tourists. But it was a pleasure to see, white folks walking down the road, going, and when you saw Black Americans, you was doubly excited.
Well, you just said it high on the list of these things to do. Back in the 90s, it was listed that it was good, that just felt safe, that they could experience the laid-back and hospitable local culture and charm, which was an integral part of the overall Bahamian and Bahamas experience. You see, you don't hear people talk about that anymore.
Yeah.
Then
We get the big, huge multi-property hotels. They try their best not to they don't tell them, but they try to do things to keep them on property so
Right.
they don't come out that much.
And guess what was promoted? You look back, and the heavily promoted were Bahamian straw goods, Bahamian rum, conch shell crafts, Bahama blue marble. All right, remember the blue marble with all the decorative items and jewelry and all of that?
Yep.
Pineapple and jams, remember? Now,
Yep.
that was a big industry back in the day.
Yes.
You could go in any store on Bay Street that catered to the tourists, and you would find some assortment of pineapple or guava jam.
Yeah. And that's what I miss, a really good guava jam.
When my Aunt Kay, Lord bless her dead, my tia used to make them guava
My
jam.
Aunt Betty makes it, but she hasn't
knock
made
it
it.
clean
So,
out the pot.
first of all, you remember now, back then, it must see everybody had a guava tree in their yard. You can't find guava trees around like that.
That's true.
And that's the problem. So,
And you know what else you can't find readily available anymore? Payphones, fire hydrants.
But cell phones put payphones out of business. So,
No, I understand, but that's how much we've evolved
yeah.
from then to now. Back in the 90s, you could have payphones everywhere.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Do you know what I miss the most? The paper boy on the corner.
Guardian.
Guardian. Every morning you go into work, you pick up your Guardian. There was somebody on almost every corner, and they sold out just about every.
And that was their
time.
job, that was their hustle, and then they were quite happy to do that.
Yeah.
And the straw industry, a lot of people don't know, that straw market put a lot of second and third generations through great private schools
I
and
know.
college in U.S. and Canada. You know.
I know of a family that I went to high school with them. One was actually president of the student council, and her sister, they grew up in the straw market and put their kids through school in from the straw market. The lady across the street from me used to plait. She sat on her porch all day, sat on her porch all day and plait. And then she would take the circles and sell, and somebody, her son or her grandson, would go down to the straw market and sell them to somebody who's making the bags, and that's how she made her little change.
There was like several families that came through St. Andrews in my generation, with the second generation or third generation,
Yeah.
and they were proud products of the straw market.
Yep.
And that's where, we got to learn a lot of insight to see what a vivacious industry it really was back then, because tourists, again, though, Pearly, when they came off the ships, had exposable income that they would stop and do the impulse buying on the way to a tour.
Yeah.
On the way to
But then you also had the tour guides or the taxi drivers had little, you bring them here, you get a little commission.
Yeah.
Took them to places. They took them to somewhere who's selling souvenirs.
And look, in the 90s, and you talk about guess something, in the 90s, I could name off Lums, Pinots, Scans, Settlers, Dirty Dicks, Jimmy's. That's then 6 we named right there.
Yeah.
Then you had a couple others in the International Bazaar and in the arcade right there.
Yeah. But you
can't forget, oh Lord, not Scans, through the corner, man, Mr. Peter Moose's Petty's, man, Lord bless the dead,
to which corner?
on Bay Street.
Bay Street, there are plenty corners.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what the name. I don't want to say Athena Cafe because it wasn't Athena, man. It was the Greek Cafe, man.
You mean where you go to the gyros through the little
Originally,
arcade there?
right.
Yeah, I know. I can't remember the name, but it was I know what you're talking
Through the
about.
corner there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, through the arcade actually, through the bazaar.
Right,
Yeah,
right before.
yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
But man, and that's just couple others were down there too. But I mean, like somebody brought up Lums the other day. I said, that's the best roast beef sandwich back in the day.
It's good all the time.
That was off the chain.
But you know what else missing? I was sitting down talking to my kids, and I tell them we had a club or a place that we could have gone to every night. I'm talking, but you don't have that. I mean, like it was a tradition. All right, Friday night we went to Trade Winds for happy hour.
Correct.
All right.
I know you're a little bit older than me, and I just don't say that in the bad, but that was
the 80s, 90s. Mm-hmm. All right, and then you had places like Pastiche.
And let me tell you a little story. Trade Winds, okay, later became The original Jokers.
Jokers, exactly. I remember.
And
yeah.
then you said Pastiche. Jokers moved from Trade Winds in the Atlantis Breakdown and then shuffled to the casino floor to the what? Pastiche.
Okay. All right.
So see, you
Then
brought up
you had Ronnie's Rebel Room. Well, it actually became of Out of Heaven by on Nassau Street.
Yeah, Don, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
The original Culture Club.
The Bahamian, yeah, Culture Club. You had somewhere you could go. You had Rock and Roll Cafe.
Man, you had Waterloo. You had the
Waterloo.
Zoo.
You had the Zoo.
You had
You
Mystique.
had Mystique.
You had Le Pont.
You had Le Pont. You had in the casino and then you had Fantasy.
Fantasy, yeah.
Right.
Out there, Crystal Palace.
So I mean, but you could have gone. Friday night was this club. Saturday night was this club. Sunday
Started
you
from
go to-
Thursday because you had certain clubs doing
you had
ladies' night on Thursday.
You had the Palace doing the talent show and everything.
And don't forget Confettis.
Yes, confettis. So then you had all this, and then you went to Nesbitt's on Sundays. Travel Rest.
Travelers Rest
That
and
was your
Tracks.
Sunday. But even before the 90s, what was really great, but 9 million cookouts out there every day, and that was the gathering spot. And you know the best part about all that time? No fights.
Exactly.
Few and far apart.
And if there was one good slap off and punch out. Maybe
That's it.
somebody got burst with a bottle, and that was that.
Yeah, Captain Nemo's.
That's another one. Yeah, Captain Nemo's. Bridge in.
Yes.
But anyway, let's get to the break. Flip side of the break. Pearlie and I'll pick it up. All right, we'll continue our conversation. I see your texters. I'll chime in with all your contributions. Pearlie and I'll talk the headlines, and we'll continue to talk the 90s, man, because sometimes you got to, remember who you are.
Yeah.
In order to figure out, who you were back then, to figure
Yeah.
out who you are and where you're going in the future.
Yeah.
All right, don't lose the culture, people. Always remember that.
Amen.
Keep it right where you got it. The Friday, August 22nd edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
Me mind no dirty, me think clean. I will never go just for your queen. Me heart no dirty, me heart clean like the water from the stream. Me mind no dirty, me think clean. I will never go just for your queen. I say.
Class is in session, but today's lesson is flavor. Level up with the new back-to-school buckets. That's 8 juicy pieces of fried chicken, your favorite sides, and something sweet. A group project everyone shows up for. Score a school-themed gift with every mega or super bucket purchase while supplies last. Plus, we're giving away a Samsung Galaxy Tab and lucky winners every week for 5 weeks. Back to school with KFC is finger-licking good.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Now let me see now. 326 EPIC. Hello? This Epic Eckert battery. This Miss Beulah from around the corner. I hear you're selling tires now on Wolf Road too.
Praise the Lord. It's about time. I live Fox Hill and Fire Trail. It's too far.
That ain't all. They open Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. On Sunday and holiday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
My brother Sam, he's a hacker, and he could go right there and get fix up.
Call us at 326 EPIC. We ship also to the Family Island.
Back to school just got easier at Carey's Fabric and Uniform Store on Mackey Street. We've got school shirts with official embroidered logos for R.M. Bailey, S.C. McPherson, A.F. Adderley, Kingsway, Queens College, L.W. Young, and many more. From shirts and blouses to jumpers, skirts, shorts, and pants, we've got uniforms for almost skip the stress and shop at Carey's today. Call us at 393-0758 or 817-0758. That's Carey's Fabric and Uniform Store, where back to school shopping is a breeze.
This is how we do
Get ready to kick off the new school year with a bang. It's the Guardian Media Group and Rotary Club of South Ocean's Back to School Jamboree. Friday, August 29th in the parking lot of the Nassau Guardian in Oakesville, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Join us for a day of fun, games, and back-to-school excitement. We've got something for everyone, from bouncing castles and face painting to health screenings, hair grooming, and giveaways. Meet some of your favorite local businesses and get ready for the new school year with all the essentials. We'll have school supply vendors and local eateries with delicious treats. Don't miss out on the fun. The Guardian Media Group and Rotary Club of South Ocean's Back to School Jamboree. Friday, August 29th at the Nassau Guardians parking lot, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's the perfect way to celebrate the end of summer and get excited for a great school year. See you here.
Brought to you by
Island Wholesale, Splash of Sunshine, Purity Bakery, Janae's Uniform Center, Carey's, Celestial Treats, Sun Oil, Lowe's, A&N's Kitchen, Zelrona Mackey, Lumberson, and brought to you by the Delphinus Agency Limited.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
It's time for The Buzz. What are you buzzing on? Brought to you by John's Shoes.
Ambition is a privilege, nigga. Enough man have. Remember that. Bad minds a disease, choke. Some man won't catch. Yeah. Well, I never bust a chain or me never pick a pocket. Never see a old man bag and try grab it. Everything me have, you know me work hard for it. So why some dirty nigga bad mind me for it? Every day them see me out the road and me a fly.
We're back at you on the Friday, August 22nd edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty along with Pearly in your company right up until 6 p.m. And big up to Mr. Producer holding it down each and every time.
The best.
And yeah, we're going to get a couple of things. You know, the lines are still open. Feel free to chime in. Texas, I see I get to you all right now. Yes, Naughty, it was Athena Cafe. Yes, that's right. It was Athena on Bay. Club-wise, 601 was another one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
601 was another good one.
Yeah, I remember 601. I had some good times there.
And I know that's when they moved. Oh, man, how you talked earlier at Culture Club, they eventually moved to 601 when they opened that up brand new.
Yeah.
And then that later became Charlie's.
Yes.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah. Boy, upstairs.
No, I mean, they had different variations. They had Spring Break Club at certain times.
Yeah.
That are at a reggae scene at certain times.
Yeah.
At a Friday night scene at certain times. So, yeah, big up to Charlie Johnson, man. Charlie was a big part of the nightclub scene in the 242.
Yeah.
Doing his thing.
Yeah, man.
Always good to see Charlie when I see him, man.
Yeah, good guy.
Good dude, man. All right, let's
Charlie and I have a good story. Anyway, I leave that right there.
Charlie and everybody got a good story. I can leave that just like that.
Boy. They got me good with that one.
All right, many Exuma, I agree with your earlier text, Naughty. Many Exuma are upset with that Samson Key project and power outages.
Yeah.
Naughty, don't forget one of Guardian Radio's talk show hosts has a family member having a post-surgery South-South fundraiser tomorrow, 8 to noon at the flag football site at opposite Thomas A. Robinson Stadium.
Yes, we have to support that. That's why our flag food.
They got chicken sauce?
Yeah, well, they have all the houses, and I was supposed to talk about that yesterday. But we need to support that. You know, there's some good people. It's to honor. I always mess up the brother name. Friends of Kevin.
Kevin, man, yeah.
South fundraiser tomorrow. They have chicken sauce. They have mutton sauce. They have pig feet sauce. It's going to be at the flag football opposite the TA Stadium. So it's important. I'm going to swing through.
All right, man.
Good guy. Wonderful. His wife is a wonderful person. His kids are very active in flag football and baseball.
Yeah, and he's you know, he's done that thing called coaching, man.
Yes.
Giving him his time, you know.
Yeah, so we'll be there to support him and encourage everybody to check it, you know.
Naughty Pearly, don't forget to drop off.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Naughty, you got Pearly in the date? Let me break it down. Don't forget, can you find a can of local corn anywhere? Ask Pearly that. You know where to find any local corn.
Me can?
Yeah.
I've not, since Sawyer's closed down, I have not seen that, no.
Corner, I see. I'll get to you in a second. Naughty, Pearly, going down memory lane. Frank's Place on Mackey Street in the 90s. Best breakfast sandwich ever. Just ask Pearly, Naughty.
Yeah.
You laughing like you.
I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Boy, Naughty Pearly just took it way back. Cookout days on Goodman's. From the lodge to the church, at least 20 stores. A good summer Saturday. Oh, God.
Yep. Just go to Shoal for breakfast.
Yes, boy, the shoal was off the chain.
Yes, go to the Shoal for breakfast, and then put full.
Three Queens too was also.
Oh yeah.
Also in the 90s, Grand Bahama was booming high. Naughty was booming high. HIGH. Naughty and Pearly Don't forget, in the 90s, there were 3 major industrial buildings in Grand Bahama, the largest hotel, not the smallest hotel as it stands now.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah, boy, Naughty Charlie was a cool dread, is a cool dread, still doing his thing. We used to shoot pool from his place. Nobody was cooler than him. He was one of the best club owners ever, man.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, man, and good peoples. All right, let's go to the phone lines. Talking heads.
Hey, Noddy and Pearly.
Hey, brother.
What's going on, bro?
Legend. Yeah, you mentioned the bridge, and they was also famous for hosting the wrestlers after the match.
Yes, we spoke about that yesterday, yes.
Joe High Guy and those.
Yeah, Daiquiri died, yeah.
Many years ago.
Daiquiri Johnson is the
You're absolutely right, caller. And I mean, that's where you talking about wrestling, and I'm glad I got you there. These people don't realize we knew long time wrestling was sports entertainment,
Yes.
for lack of a better word.
Yes.
Because where could you go after the matches at Charlie's on right there on
Nassau
almost
Stadium.
Nassau Stadium at Charlie's place? All right, you go see the matches there. The same Charlie Johnson we talked about, who was over there, different Charlie now. We're talking Charlie Major's place for the wrestling. Charlie Johnson was at Waterloo at the time.
Yeah.
So you'd leave from wrestling, go to Waterloo, and guess who you see at the bar? Steve Kern, Kevin Sullivan, Dusty Rhodes.
They hanging out together.
All of them, Blackjack Mulligan, the Ivan Koloff. You all just was half killing yourselves.
That's after they finish eating at Bridge Inn, then they go to Waterloo.
Waterloo, then go to Bridge Inn.
Okay, gotcha.
Because they used to go piling on, have a few cocktails
Yes,
at Waterloo, and then go to the Bridge Inn to sober up. But that was a staple, and I'm glad the caller brought it up because at the end of the day, we don't see them things anymore.
No.
And you don't have late night, when I say late night food places, like how we did back in the day. Good stuff, caller, man. I appreciate the memory, man. We don't have late night dining like that.
No, we don't. 2 o'clock
It's
in the morning,
gone.
chicken in the bag. And chicken in the bag, go to Fleming Street, and you get your chicken in the bag. And it's actually chicken in a bag. They used to put it in wax paper.
That was what? That was
Fat Allen's.
Fat Allen's.
You go there, you order a breast snack. They put the fries, put the hot sauce and ketchup on that. They put the chicken on that hot sauce and ketchup, wrap that in wax paper and put that in a brown paper bag, and that's how you go.
And that's just chicken in the bag.
At 2 o'clock in the morning.
Let me
easy.
tell you that
And the line was
the
long.
urban legend that is Father Allen's chicken. When my dad was first mate on the Bahama Star, and then staff captain, and then later captain on the Emerald Seas.
Oh.
But I'll talk about the Bahama Star portion of it. They used to send
That was one of the most famous cruise ships to come to the Bahamas.
one of the most successful, and the Emerald Seas after that was the only one that was more successful. But listen, the Bahama learned early that when you in town in Nassau and you got late night bridge duty, guess where you send for the late night snack? Fort Allen's.
Yeah, okay.
And all of them was hooked on Fort Allen's chicken long time. Long time. So that's how good you know when you got international sailors sending for Fort Allen's. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking heads.
We don't hate you. You're just naughty by nature.
What's going on there?
And welcome to the Father
GNN.
of Pearls.
My brother, how are you?
I am wonderful now that I'm calling to correct you and Naughty on something you just said.
Correct me.
Doing good.
Correct me.
He going to the wrong corner, man.
Correct me.
Fleming Street, he ain't Fat Allen. That's Keats.
Keats. Oh, you right. Keats. Oh, Keats.
Yeah,
Mr.
Fleming
Arnold.
Street is
Oh,
Keats.
Mr. Arnold, forgive me. Please, Mr. Arnold, forgive me. Fat Allen was on Blewett Road and Poinciana.
Correct.
By the Wolf Road.
By the Wolf- Yeah.
That's right.
That was the original. Yes, you're right.
Because but guess
You're right.
what? Guess what,
And
GNN?
mind you, I'm not to cut you off. I was thinking
Yeah,
in my
go ahead.
mind, I'm saying, I think I gave Naughty the wrong name.
No, but
Nana Boy will always stand you right.
but no, I appreciate that, Nana Boy, because
I can let my boys go, of course.
when he said Fleming Street, I was like, no, man. I remember Brian Aaron and Lord Blessed Dad telling me that's Fleming Street. So-
Yeah, Fleming, yeah.
Yeah, Brian.
But no, I was speaking of Fort Allen's because you got dudes from all over the world who work on the Bahama Star, and they venturing way into where? Wolf Road and what? To get Fort Allen's and come back to the ship to have that as they, for when they breaking bridge duty.
Yeah, now when you had Hutch, and them fellas used to be on the dock with the chicken in the bag. And the chicken in the bag come back over the hill to Keats and Island them.
Yeah.
Hutch was one of the first one on the dock.
You're right.
You see? But now, Naughty.
See, you a little older than me, so you could correct me.
Right, that's right. I'm impressed.
Wait, take your time.
Well, the two of you are a little bit older than me.
Keith,
Naughty, I am officially adopted myself as the forensic of, no, I don't want to use that word. I want to use the investigative arm of the Talking Head.
Yeah, man. If that works for you, man, that works.
The medical arm.
Right. There you go.
And let me tell you something, Naughty. I can be real with you and Boyle in the nation. Naughty, it's bad. Naughty, it's bad.
GNN.
And each day, it's getting worse, Naughty.
GNN, I have heard horror stories, not just the ones that you and I have talked about, but other people. GNN, we have to do something, or there needs to be something done that whatever administration comes in the next go around, they have to put a serious emphasis and focus on healthcare and mental health.
Behemans in this.
You know, I've been blowing up the dialysis unit with all the sewer leaking, still leaking in there, and all the things all over the machines. You know, I've been blowing that up. I do videos on that. And all.
Yeah,
right.
And somebody, right? But today, Naughty, I go on in there, another dialysis patient from the Family Island. This makes a total of 9 from Exuma. 9.
What?
And they got that big clinic there. The fella tell me they've been trying to get Dr. Darwell and them to say they got some rich white people who want to just donate the machines. Saying Darwell, them turn them down. And they got to now relocate every week, 2-3 times a week, pay for airline tickets, pay for this, dodge bullet, do all kind of things just to come to Nassau for dialysis treatment. Now, do you think that right?
No, man, that's the stuff we got to focus on, and that's what we need to do better.
That fellas got to pay out their pocket, and you don't mind if they have to pay and come, if the government was to subsidize them. The government don't give them nothing. But in order to live, they got to pay to come.
They got to pay to play.
Wow.
They got to pay.
That's sad.
When you got in Abaco, you got in Freeport, you got machines in Nassau. So why you ain't put at least 1 or 2 machines in the other large family house, man? Come on, man, Naughty, man.
No better, do better, GNN. That's what we failed to do.
Yeah, but the fellas them say they wrote letters. They did this. They signed petition. They signed. I tell them, you know what the problem is? Y'all need to embarrass them. Y'all need to come to like Naughty them show and thing and embarrass them.
Well, you say you was the investigative arm, the medical investigative arm, right? Tell them, send you some pictures, get them to me, and let's get it rolling.
No problem, man, Naughty. Thanks, you and boy.
Appreciate you, GNN.
You're welcome.
All right, man. Bless up. Let's get to these other 2 calls. Talking Heads.
Yeah, Naughty and Birdie, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, my friend?
What's up, bro?
Yeah, late night snacks coming from the club is Rose Lawn and a Gardex on the side of Mother Pratt.
I know about Rose Lawn. I know about sitting in the 5 o'clock
and a Gardex on the side of Mother Pratt.
That's in the Grove.
In the Grove, a Gardex, yeah. And
that's 2 good ones right there. And you said Rose Lawn, and then that was late night for sure. They had the Wicked Pizza for sure.
Right.
I got it. Was definitely another spot in the Grove. You could get chicken in the bag late.
Yeah, after 12 and things like that. And then Naughty and Pearly, the Captain Nemo's eventually became the Ritz, right? The Ritz Club.
Yes, it was Confetti's and then the Ritz.
Right. Yeah. And then the Ritz, yeah. So you all young people who don't know about it, VIP downtown, right? To that little alley right there going to the water on the left. And when you're in the club, you used to be on the water. The water in the back there when you're in the club.
Yeah. That's
all the bar and everything used to be right
there. Run that air conditioner used to be hot as heck in there.
Yeah, Big Al on the door. And Henry Higgins, when Henry Higgins was a young police.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, I could leave these 3 with you all, and then clearly you could write these down. I could leave these 3 and then I go on. On Sundays, Orange Hill, Walty, all 16 of them speakers line up on the beach. And,
yes.
And big dance hall on Orange Hill before they run us.
Yeah.
Before I run it. The second one, the Prairie Grounds. The Prairie Ground, them big basketball
tournaments. Yes,
the Prairie Grounds is
by the Glorious Church and things like that. And this is the last one I can leave with y'all, and then I go on. Pearly and Naughty, y'all too young. Y'all never had a count from the Millstone on Shirley Street. I go on.
You get me on that one.
Wait. The one opposite, you go on there?
Yeah.
You mean the one opposite Doctor's Hospital, Shirley's or Sheila's, I think it's called? Yes.
Now you never know. You might have had one from there, Pearly. He got me beat on that one.
No, but see, but that's way back in the day. But he don't want to talk about going to Nassau Village for some of the
Castor
best.
Viz, boy.
Okay, all right.
Talking heads. All right.
I guess.
But yeah, but Pearly, I mean, like I say, sometimes it's good to go down memory lane and just, get a little stress off. You look around and a lot of ish hitting the fan in society. Naughty and Pearly chicken in the bag is number one. Ground Bahama right now. Whatever they do in Ground Bahama, that's what you all do in Ground Bahama. I mean, that's a different vibe of that compared to New Providence. But that's anyway. In the 90s, yeah, okay, we got that one. Let's get to this other one right here. You said it, Naughty. Keith's Chicken and best crock conch was Nassau Village Castaways for sure. And yeah, I agree with you, Pearly. Chicken in the bag was the boss at 2 in the morning and eat the leftovers the next day when you wake up.
Oh, you always have leftovers? Look who's left the leftovers.
But I guess they mean the little skin on the bone and
No,
one or
I
two
was.
fried.
At that time I didn't party and all that. I hungry.
Kill all that.
And I came home to sleep good after that.
You used to eat the plate, do it.
No, there was no plate. It was in wax paper in a brown in a bag.
You used to eat wax paper?
You just licked it.
Let's go to the phone lines. Talking heads.
Trying to get me in problems.
Talking heads.
Yeah, it was popping, Naughty. It was popping.
Hey, what's going on, 52?
Hey, 52.
Yeah, GNN is my bread. Listen to me. It's only got me by a couple, I was old enough to remember all of these things. I hear Freddie Mullins on the radio. I really enjoy him, but I didn't get to get in because I wanted to ask him where when I read the Sahara Oaks book, there was always a mention of this Bohemian Club, but for some reason, I orientated to be somewhere like where Dunkin' Donuts is, all the way to where McDonald's was. It was a Bohemian Club, and they said Bohemians were allowed to gamble. I just wanted to clarify that, but I don't know.
I'm not 100% certain that that's way before my time.
Man,
but
I have somebody who I can inquire that too, and I'll be able to tell you.
GNN cost me remember Father Allen, because Father Allen, Father Allen Chicken Shack, but Muff called us now, and all Muff reminded me was, Orange Hill was the place, right?
Yeah.
So that I get catch scheming out there. It's like a fool. There's a young buck standing up in the road with this big solid lady.
Oh, Lord.
Pass and I on the main road like a fool,
Come on, man.
And I couldn't do that, and I couldn't let her go. I just was red-handed, so that's what it was. I remember that. But that used to be the place to go to. And those were the days. It wasn't the violence wasn't there. The imbecility.
Yeah.
It was really enjoyable. I don't know if you and Naughty remember that. And then the parties were they were always. We always would know when QC or St. John's or St. Anne's having a party and sack and all that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of different. But I wanted to thank GNN for whistleblowing because we wouldn't be knowing, right? But I'm really appalled. When they said the embassy is moving, the United States embassy.
I saw that notice. Yeah.
To Shirley Street. Then my mind automatically went on the accident and emergency where there's no urgency, right? And I'm frightened that I don't know how long it will take, but it really is forsaking the human being. It's really, really ridiculous. And then the political imbeciles, buffoons, dupes, whatever you could call them, right? They don't seem to really realize that one day they will lay down and give up what they call the ghost to the Lord God of hosts. And they still boast. You say, Naughty?
Some won't give it up.
The human race and some humans sicken my flesh down to the core. You see me? Hospital, cemetery, or jail. You need to play that Junior Reid sometimes to remind human beings that their flesh will rotten and be forgotten. I swear to God, some of these people
52,
live in their
you know
lives,
what, man? I appreciate.
they're not acting accordingly. I didn't hear you.
I said I appreciate you hitting me with that Junior Reid, but you just made that jog my memory. Yeah, but I got some stuff with Junior Reid.
You don't have to go to jail, and you don't have to go to the hospital, but you can sure go to the grave.
Yeah.
But you can't dug the tree them. That's the main moral of the story. I can try to see if I can hit school you today, so we could give you some real ghetto youths in the story, man. Because this place is gone, man. Rotten to the core. Like you say you listen to Method Man, and you remember the 2000 Day Judgment album, right? Remember the song The Big Apple? It's rotten to the core.
Man.
Play that. Give thanks, yeah.
Bless up 52.
Nice.
Let's get this other call in real quick. Talking heads.
Good afternoon, Pearly and Naughty.
Good afternoon.
How could Mr. Pearly forget, or Chippenham boys forget Dirties?
No, we
Dirties was one out.
We spoke
early.
about it off air. We were supposed to talk about it when we came back on there.
Yeah.
Now, back in the day,
the
it was
75-cent
Dirties or
milkshake. They actually made an original milkshake back in the day with real ice cream and milk and egg and whatever else, nutmeg in it. And it was like, I think it was 50 cents or 75 cents. But that's before
All right.
that was a little before the 90s.
I
But Dirty's was the place.
I gotta go buy and get some chicken, man.
We just talking about. I tell him when I want real chicken, I go to Dirty's. I don't go nowhere.
Okay.
But thank you for that reminder.
I'll continue to listen.
All right.
Thank you, man. Have a good weekend.
Good to hear from you, boo.
All right. Naughty and Pearly, don't forget Over the Hill Club places like Sugar Hill, Jungle Club, the Pink Pussycat, Charlie, Sugar Milk, Crow's Nest, Buccaneers Lounge, Cinnamon Lounge, Hutch on Wolf Road, Splendid in the Back Room, the place by the Banana Boat, the Conch Shell, the Turning Point, the Bird Land, Zanzibar. There's just a few off the top of my head, Naughty and Pearly.
I've been in most
Please
of them.
forgive me not for using the full stop behind each one. Mother sick, did you hear that riddle off right there?
Yeah, I think I've been in a lot of them.
Man, listen here, man. Big up the hands up there at the liquor store in Sea Grapes, man. Up there, man. Up in the east, man. Big up the hands, man.
Hey, Hans.
Boy, Hans, that's that big hands riddle off plenty, boy. You hear that, Pearly?
That's a lot. And that ain't all.
Man, what?
That ain't all.
I think Hans is the veritable thesaurus of nightclubs here in the Bahamas. Naughty Day never should have put Mr. Know Nothing Darwin in that portfolio. He knows nothing. You were right. He's done Ministry of Health like he did the Ministry of Grand Bahama.
Ooh. One concern I have is a lot of people complaining they ain't getting these bills paid. The groundskeepers at the Ministry of at the government schools,
a lot of contracted
bridges,
workers,
the garbage collectors,
beaches and
the
parks,
vendors, beaches and parks. Come on, these fellas, these people complaining. They're complaining a lot. They haven't been paid, and this time they've been trying to get rid of people, man.
Naughty, what happened to the original Imperial ran by George opposite British Colonial? Yes, right, that was open late too, man. You ain't lie about that. Greek George.
Yeah.
Down memory lane was old KFC near Potter's Key. If you travel via the Melbourne 70 and early 80s.
True. Yeah. But actually, you know, one of the KFC they used to do was the one through that Charlotte Street North.
Yeah.
Next to Mademoiselle was in front of them in the back there. We actually used to save our money. This is before the 90s. We used to save our money to go there after Scouts every Friday evening.
Don't forget the Reef and the Shore Restaurant and the Bahamian Club was on West Bay Street by the corner that leads to the Humane Society. I can find where that original Bahamian Club was. Zanzibar was my spot, Naughty. I stumped all kind of bow ties there. All right. Well, I'm glad y'all enjoy going down memory lane a little bit, but it's 5 o'clock hour coming up. We're going to do a couple more of these texts and then get into sports. Keep it right where you got it. It's the Friday, August 22nd edition of Talking Heads with Naughty and Pearly right up until 6. Keep it right where you got it.
Fight for Jamaica cause the world is mine. From them time until now, Beenie Man still a shine. Oh no, check the stats and no safe from life. For me bad mind people a waste of time. Because me work hard for me money. So me days ahead bright and sunny. Sing song, never do nothing funny.
Craving something bold, fresh, and unforgettable? Tropical Gyros is your flavor-packed escape. A Carib-Greek fusion born right here in Nassau. From juicy grilled salmon, chicken, and pork gyros to loaded bowls, fresh salads, wings, and more. There's something for every craving. Find Tropical Gyros at any of their locations, JFK Plaza, Rosetta Street, Port Lucaya Freeport, ice spots on Prince Charles Drive, Soldier Road West, Delaport, and Carmichael Road. Tropical Gyros, not just good food, it's an experience.
We're still here. Since 1941, the Armory Company has been your trusted partner and one-stop solution for all your business and technology needs. From printers to copier leasing, point of sale to cloud video surveillance, and access control to ATMs, we've got it all. And we ship to all family islands. Call our dedicated customer service team now at 397-1600 or visit us behind Wendy's on Mackey Street and experience excellence that stands the test of time. The Armory Company. Your success is our business.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
You know that one sandwich that's lived in your head rent-free? It's back! The crispy barbecue bacon sandwich craving is real, and it's making everything crunch. KFC's bringing all the flavor you love with barbecue sauce, crispy onions, cheddar, bacon, and a buttery toasted brioche bun. It's messy, it's mouth-watering, it's made to crunch. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Ambition is a privilege, nigga. Enough man have. Remember that. Bad mind's a disease, choke. Some man won't catch. Yeah. Well, I never bust a chain or me never pick a pocket. Never see a old man bag and try grab it. Everything me have, you know me work hard for it. So why some dirty nigga bad mind me for it? Every day them see me out the road and me a flat.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Burger King, Carrie's Fabric and Uniform Store, City of Hope, Epic Battery, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, KFC, Muffler World, Naughty Johnny's, Prince Masters, Sandcastle Bahamas, and Tropical Gyros.
But me heart no dirty, me heart clean, clean like the water from the stream. Me mind no dirty, me think clean, I will never grudge you for your queen. Me heart no dirty, me heart clean, clean like the water from the stream. Me mind no dirty, me think clean, I will never grudge you for your queen. Remember say, no man is a island, the only man who is a island to man.
We're back at you on the Friday, August 22nd edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty along with Pearlie and your company right up until 6 p.m. Time right about now is 5:09 p.m. And let me know from the previous hour, we're going to jump into sports. Don't forget Gary's takeaway. Naughty asked Pearlie about Gary's. Okay, so what about Gary's?
Why everybody asking Pearlie? I that old? I remember Gary's.
I don't. I remember seeing the sign, but I couldn't remember. I never went there, but I remember seeing. I think I remember seeing the sign. Gary's takeaway. What about Rudy's restaurant? It was Rudy's restaurant.
I can't remember where Rudy's. It beat me in my head right now. I know there's one on Cowpen Road now, but I think I'm not sure that's the same one he's talking about. But I think there's a Rudy's. I want to say in Mount Royal, but I'm not 100%. Don't quote me on that one.
All right, yeah, man. Guys, don't forget the Family Island restaurant with the late, great Rudy Grant. My late, great brethren from 194, my good friend, the late, great Mr. Magical himself, Mr. Rudy Grant, Mr.
Yep.
Fat Fingers himself.
Yep.
The late, great Rudy Grant. How you mean nobody could ever forget the Family Island Lounge or Rudy Grant?
Yeah.
Ever.
You know how I ended up in Family Island Lounge one night? Don't go there.
No, stop. The premise, Pearlie, I had to laugh. The premise, the way you opened. Boy, I end up in Family Island Lounge when I already know.
This in this
there was
time-
obviously that was after Mucho Libation.
Actually, this was very sober.
Oh, prior to Mucho Libation.
Yeah, this was I got Mucho Libations there. This was Fernando Valenzuela was pitching against Doc in the Mets. Gooden, right? Right. He was Doc Gooden. This was satellite time now, and I driving all over Nassau trying to find this game. I go on in Family Island Lounge, and they had the game up.
So you had to stop by and watch that.
But what was so funny about it is I saw more people slightly older than me at the time on their little ghost move. And I try, these fellas, the band playing, people are dancing and thing, and I trying to watch the game, and these fellas, old fellas, with these little, some friends dancing up and down.
Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads. Talking Heads.
What's up, Naughty?
Hey, what's going on?
Everything on the quiet, my brother. What's happening, Pearlie?
Hey there, bro. What's happening? What you saying?
Man, everything on the quiet, man. It's Derek, Naughty.
Hey, what's going on, Derek? What you got for us today, man?
This that 49 to do it, Derek?
This stuff 49 to do it. This stuff 49 to do it.
What's happening?
Well, Naughty boy, I see nice looking jersey out there with red on it, number 11. Looks like Michael Parsons look good in that white 9 outfit, boy.
Listen, man, listen. When you make statements like that, I can only refer to you all as the 49ers or the 99ers. There ain't nothing happening. Y'all been spending too much fumes. Y'all enjoy your running back from the Commanders. That's a good move as insurance in case McCaffrey gets injured. They got a similar style. If your offensive line is up to par, I think he runs the ball well behind there. But yeah, don't sweat it. Micah ain't going nowhere, man. I already told you by my birthday, by next Sunday, Micah could be, signs here delivered and kissing Jerry, and Jerry could be kissing him, and, that'll be that.
Here we go again.
I saw Carl on. That was Carl on who posted that in the group today. Would say Micah 7 and 8.
Oh boy,
Mike, listen.
From the Bible, you put it up and see what it says.
I don't entertain the jinx, man. You know, all I do is before he goes to work is get in that group and put stuff to jinx people off. That's all he want to do, be entertained. Or he got work at the bar and he want to be entertained so he could chum the waters and jinx.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
He need to worry about his quarterback without rubber band on. What he got there? But they had surgery on. And let's see what he do there, because Malik Willis ain't the answer to start the season.
Oh boy.
Well, you see how you go, right? Start, but he can finish it.
I sit and smart.
You know that?
You know I ain't got nothing to say. I sit and
You
smart.
know, once the party start, I ain't the one to start the fight, but once the fight gets started, I trouble when the fight gets started.
Yeah. But listen, I hear you are talking about back in the day, them clubs and stuff was used to go hanging out too. Look, I got one for you. On a Friday evening like this, when I was a young Marine, used to have I used to have my clothes, my partying clothes, when I get off from the base. I head straight down the airport road, and I start off at Club Mystique.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that was out in the West.
Huh?
That was out in the West.
You know what's happening. We start at Club Mystique, and from there somehow we used to end up by the Ponciano late in the night, wee hours of the morning, after we done touched all the Captain Nemo's and
y'all made it done. That's far. Y'all going from far west to east. Way to go.
And Millie's and you know what's happening.
Okay.
Wake up, sometimes we go across the Family Island. Sometimes we go over Paradise Island. We hit, used to hit, what the club the name in the Sheridan Grand Prairie?
Le Pont.
Le Pont.
Le Pont. We used to hit Le Pont. Yeah. Well, look here. I was in Le Pont one time, and I never know one man was that bad until I saw one fella by the name of Alex Penn, Sensei Alex Penn. Some fellas came inside Le Pont. He was in charge of security.
Yes.
I have never seen one man beat almost 24 dudes like he was just having practice. That dude run through them. That one dude run through them fellas, and they believe they were bad man.
But listen, now you want to talk about people, and I take nothing from that dude who you just mentioned. But if you want to talk about bouncers in Brooklyn, and you talk at Waterloo, you can't forget the legendary Tiger.
Oh yeah,
Mr. Stiletto over the shoulder, and hey, good to see you. How are you? You ready party night? That's a $20 guy. $20.
Yeah.
The Tiger says, hey, that's $20 guy. Good to see you, guy. It's 20. It's 20. Hey,
wait. That was a guy,
and then right next to him in the parking lot was another character who would beat the brakes off you if you freak out yourself, and that was Levi. Big Belly Levi. You remember Levi? Levi used to catch you coming out the car. You're looting, lousy, lazy, low-lifted, low-cultured, belly-livered.
Yeah, you told me the fellow used to be outside.
Yeah, man, with the big belly, Levi.
With the big belly? Yeah.
Yeah, man,
I remember.
You have all kind of rhymes when you step out. You lousy, low-lifted, lily-livered, low-cultured. Oh, boy.
Those were the
Listen to me. Those were the days, man. Those were the days.
Even the characters was more entertaining back in the day than they are today. You remember?
Listen, I was telling Boyle yesterday, right now, he was talking about wrestling back in the day, right?
Yeah.
I tell him, I say, when I used to work as a busboy in the bridge end, right there in Island Traders.
Joe High Guy.
Joe High Guy, all the Jackery them used to talk, Jackery Johnson them used to be there. I tell them, when you see the wrestlers come from the Nassau Stadium, they used to come right upstairs inside the bridge end to have dinner, right? And I tell them, I say, boy, all of them, they used to open the 2 dining rooms. We had 2 dining rooms upstairs that run the whole top floor, right? And they used to come inside there, and every last one of them just to sit down, and they used to just enjoy themselves. Kevin Sullivan and Tyree Pride just finished trying to kill one another in the ring.
And they eating food together. And Steve Kernan and Dusty Rhodes and all of them.
I tell you, man. I tell you, the Missing Link and big Black Jack Mulligan just nearly tried to kill one another in the ring.
And they're doing shots.
I mean, you remember the missing link to do with that one big long plot on the head who used to kill you.
Right, and he used to hold the plot and then headbutt you and knock you into the ground.
Yeah.
And then Kevin Sullivan had the next one, Maniac Mark Lewin, known as the Purple Haze, who used to roll the eye in the head and say, oof, oof.
Yeah, see, what Kevin Sullivan used to say, so he climbed the Tachu and the beetle nut?
No, he climbed the 13th pyramid and he talked to Habuda Dean. And as he was strapped to the tree of woe, eating the cosmic cookie, Habuda Dean revealed to him that he was the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and he had to eliminate the real Dusty Rhodes in order to become, the Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. That was my what?
And then one time he was 32%.
Yeah.
32.
He said he was 32% Bahamian when he used to fight. My Kevin
Sullivan say he says people from Abaco, man.
Yeah, I said he was from Abaco. Yeah, man. Kevin Sullivan's done the most foolishness, mate.
The most foolishness. But anyhow, man, I ain't gonna let
good
somebody
stuff,
else
man.
get it, man.
I appreciate you, man.
I just get off on work, so I cruising right now. I can go find me one water and oil, get me one cigar, and enjoy the rest of my evening.
Appreciate you for your service always, my brother.
Let's tune into that beating the Dodgers can drop on the Padres tonight. You'll be good.
Oh no, I can watch the Yankees beat the Red Sox. They get that one last night.
Yeah, but then you get it tonight. We can make it happen tonight. Good stuff, man. Be safe.
I ain't gonna miss that. Yeah, man. Y'all take care. Have a good one.
You too. Have a good weekend, bro. Be safe. But yeah, Pearly, I mean, let me get a couple of these. Oh, Lord, somebody coming for you, Pearly. Naughty, please ask Pearly if he know where Angel Reese was in the 90s and if he ever...
She was but a twinkle in her father's eye. But don't mess with me, buddy.
Naughty and Pearly, do you remember the Pastel Club and Restaurant on Cordell Avenue? Pastel.
I have never been there, but
I didn't get that one.
The name rings a bell.
Yeah, I never made it to that one.
No, I
Naughty and Pearly, I hope you all said Father Allen. Yes, we did say Father Allen several times.
Actually, we said it. We gave the wrong name. We gave Father Allen to the wrong place at first.
Yeah,
Pearly
but
did.
52. I remember Zanzibar. I remember Pastiche. Yeah, man. Oasis as well. That's three big ones right there.
Bay out there, Oasis.
Yes,
Nice, good
boy.
food.
Let's get to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Hey, Naughty.
Hey, what's going on?
All is well. I was trying to get you 2 days ago when you all was talking, but Patriot fans around or anything like that.
No, I think I said I don't think there's any Cleveland Brown fans around.
No,
right?
I remember that one too, but
Okay.
I'm talking about Patriots now.
No, that was me. I made the reference that the Patriots fans are now in the football fans protection program.
I used to pull for the Patriots when our punter used to average net 2 points punt.
Who are you talking about? Tupac?
And punt.
You talking about?
Let me give you number 14, Steve Grogan.
Because Grogan was your quarterback and your punter.
Steve Grogan, quarterback.
Mosi Tatupu, running back. Then you had Craig James from SMU.
Let me give you running back, Sam Bam Cunningham.
There you go. You're a real Patriot fan.
Let me give you the greatest tight end. And that
Russ
would be
Francis.
Thank you. Not you good,
And hold on. If you want to talk Patriots, wide receiver cut down in his prime by Jack Tatum, Darryl Stingley.
Yep.
Darryl Stingley get paralyzed. That's how we had to get Harold Jackson from the Rams.
But his grandson is ridiculously good for the Texans these days at cornerback. How ironic.
Yes, sir. And then when you go back to some old wrestling, you talk some Tank Morgan and some Haystack Calhoun.
And Bobo Brazil.
Bobo Brazil. And then the man who invented the sleeper hole, and that will be Don Curtis.
Yeah.
And the man who invented the figure four, Naughty, I can let you go right now.
Would that be the figure four? I got to go old school. I got to throw in there maybe Luther's?
No, Dory Funk.
No.
Then it'll be Jack Briscoe.
No. The figure four was named after the person who invented it. The Eddie Graham lock.
Yes.
Oh, the late great Eddie Graham invented the figure four.
Yes, you're right. You are very right.
Hole,
sir.
Joe Strapper mastered the sleeper hole. It was invented by Don Curtis.
Yeah. Okay. Now, sir, I don't know who this is, but don't be a stranger, man. Call in the sports anytime, my brother.
I appreciate you, Naughty, and I appreciate Pearly, man.
Thank you,
I got you, man. Don't be a stranger. Good to talk to you and go to Patriot fan. Now, that's a real Patriot fan.
Yeah.
So I know, and I don't mind you enjoying all 6 of your Super Bowls. I swear to goodness. Because
Yeah.
that's a real fan.
Yeah, that's what you call a real fan.
Talking heads. Talking heads.
Yeah, brothers. Derek, you talking? Debo Saunders look good in that Washington Commanders uniform too.
Man, he look.
Ooh, you really throwing that at Derek? Oh my goodness.
No, hold on. But let's be honest. If the truth be told, Debo is a little injury prone and closer to being washed, I think, than being a star. So I think San Francisco got rid of him at the right time. Keep an eye on Ricky Pearsall and Brandon Ayuk in that offense this year in San Francisco. And they added Juwan Jennings is another one. They got a sneaky good wide receiver core in San Francisco this year if they stay healthy.
Okay, well, Naughty and Pearly, we got the Colts September 7th. Would they fire Anthony Richardson for?
More injuries than anything, in my
I
opinion.
said, like I said yesterday, he had so many injuries. He has not he was not able to gel into the system. And with the general manager and the head coach fighting for the job right now, they have to do what it takes to try win. So I think they're giving up on him. I did name some teams yesterday that may be a good fit for him: the Rams, the Raiders, and another team and Pittsburgh. Who came to my mind would have been Dallas if as a backup, Richardson as a backup to Dak, as a backup to anyone. To be the future, because I think he's gonna have to go somewhere to get a new.
I think if they don't if they don't pick up his 5th-year option,
which I doubt,
and
they
he
will.
walks, I think Pittsburgh is a great landing spot for Tomlinson
It's probably
to
the best.
get him in and get him groomed. Listen, he's 6'5", 2-something.
Got a good arm.
He got 4.4 or 4.3 40 when he ran into the combine. He
Yeah,
got a
he could
big
run.
arm.
And he's
he throws
accurate.
with touch. He's accurate, like Purdy said. He
Right.
just needs to, he's got Geno Smith written all over him. He needs
Yeah.
right opportunity, right moment to just get the reps, and you'll see that the kid can play. I don't have an issue with him.
I mean, you can't be a number 3 pick overall and be I just think the system messed him up. The injuries was, he couldn't stay on the field. So
And the only thing he gonna tell the coach he tired and everything else.
No. But listen, I can be honest with you, Muff.
Yeah.
How you fighting for your life to stay up? If you got an offensive line that suck, and on top of that built as a line to run the football, that's the strength because you want to push your running back Jonathan Taylor. Obviously, you're gonna have breakdowns in pass protection if your line is designed and built more for run block than pass block.
Yeah, run orientated. Yeah.
So obviously, there's could be some issues there. He came out of Florida. He wasn't a scrub in Florida. I think the kid can play football. He just needs the right place, the right time, the right environment, the right offensive-minded head coach to give him a hug and say, "Forget all of that.
Right.
We gonna make a player out of you."
Well, Naughty, Micah Parsons take down all his Cowboys of his social media.
I'll be honest with you.
Scrub the social media,
He
Parsons.
I could be honest with
He
you.
take down everything. He take anything to do with Cowboys.
I saw some social media from Micah Parsons when he was a freshman at Penn State doing a dance on stage, and it was very, very, very over the rainbow. That's all I can say.
All right. Well, I go
that's
on
where
this
you
one.
going, Naughty? Oh,
If Micah won't go there with Jerry, and allegedly if Micah's agent told Jerry that there is no deal, you could take down what you talked about, Micah, and stick it up your you know what. Hey.
Yeah, they started to talk with him on ESPN just a while ago. Again, we'll listen back then.
The whole, no problem, Muff. Have a good weekend. The whole mantra and antics of Micah Parsons, I want to get paid. You're under contract for another year.
Yeah.
And they could franchise you after that.
Yeah, after that, yeah. So he's stuck with
So-
it the next 2 years.
Shut up.
We'll give him his money. I am a believer of paying the players.
Jerry was willing to give him over $200 million and make him the highest
Yeah, but it
defensive
wasn't
player.
guaranteed. None of that was it was very low guaranteed money.
No, Pearly. Stop. It wasn't low guarantee. They had a conversation. Then it was for the negotiation to put the paperwork together. Jerry is not going to give this dude $200 million with a low guarantee. And you guaranteed so much to Doc and other people? No, man. Micah gonna get his money.
Yeah, but I keep saying, ain't nobody come to see Jerry, and Jerry needs to stop trying to be the star. Nobody wants to see Jerry play.
Nobody. I'm with you, brother. I'm with
pay
you.
him, man. Pay him. Because he's one who bringing people to the stadium, who filling your stadium, and you making buku bucks off him. Pay him.
Man, boy, Texter. Hey, brothers, I want to join Talking Heads Fantasy Football League. All right, keep listening out, Texter. I've had a couple other people reach out to me, but I hate to tell you, but the Talking Heads and the press box, they full.
It ain't easy to win in them, The only certain people could win them.
You know, I mean, in the press box, you got the only two-time champ, which is this guy right here, moi. You got Pearlie, a previous winner in there. Sipper of the Golden Goblet, along with Chef Culmer.
Yes.
Members of the Golden Goblet Society. And then over in Talking Heads, who's won 2 out of the last 3 years? This guy.
I think I got second. Was it second?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And 3 out of 5 in the existence of the league. This guy, veritable dynasty already.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
And you know, speaking of fantasy, it feels good when you can exit a league as a 2-time champ and say, hey, in the words of The Rock, take your little trophy, turn it sideways, ram it up. So I got 2 leagues that I got the bullseye on this year that I got to get the belt in.
Speaking of Rock talk, I see Cena is retiring this year.
Like I told y'all, Cody Rhodes is going to get the belt back at SummerSlam, and Cena going to retire, probably in a big match against Brock Lesnar.
December 13th, they're
And
supposed to be his last
movies.
More movies.
And look leathery and wrinkly on movies. And
More
there
movies.
it is, yeah. And make his movie money, and everybody will be happy.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad at him. All right, we got to get to this first break, so let's get to the first break. Flip side of the break, Pearlie and I'll talk some NFL. We got NFL 2 weeks away, September 4th, Thursday night. My Cowboys on the road in Philadelphia, taking on the Eagles, who are getting their hardware, getting their rings.
Will Micah be ready? Will Micah be ready?
Will both teams be ready? Because nobody's played any starters in the preseason.
I know.
That's gonna be the WD-40 Bowl right there.
But they're gonna. I think a lot of starters gonna get at least a quarter in today.
But I
mean,
know
over the
none.
weekend.
I know none from Dallas and none from Philly and none from some of the major teams are going to play it all this weekend. They're going to evaluate, last.
So no Eagles against the Jets. They're not gonna play anybody.
Nope.
Wow.
I think a lot of talent is going to be evaluated. But I'll also tell you this: a lot of teams around the league are going to go young, and if they got players that can make plays, I'm going to see. I feel a lot of veterans are going to get replaced. So then you'll see in that wave of cuts a lot of veterans added to other teams who needed that piece here or there. And they'll sign for the veterans minimum because the majority of their contract is picked up by their previous team.
And I honestly think the Dolphins waiting on somebody to cut one cornerback to pick up because we need cornerback help, and Asante Samuels I don't know if that's going to work out. So maybe they're just waiting to see who gets cut this week and grab him up.
Probably. All right, good stuff, man. We keep it right where you got it. The Friday, August 26th.
Jamaica cause the world is mine. From them time until now, Beenie Man still a shine. Oh no, check the stats and no safe from line. For me bad mind people a waste of time. Because me work hard for me money. So me days are head bright and sunny. Sing song, never do nothing funny. Take care of me kids and me honey. Nah, Jamaica will never let you down. King of the dance all and I wanna give it.
Class is in session, but today's lesson is flavor. Level up with the new back-to-school buckets. That's 8 juicy pieces of fried chicken, your favorite sides, and something sweet. A group project everyone shows up for. Score a school-themed gift with every mega or super bucket purchase while supplies last. Plus, we're giving away a Samsung Galaxy Tab A9 to 9 lucky winners every week for 5 weeks. Back to school with KFC is finger-licking good.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Ooh, it's close up. If you set people's seats on Muffler World on Mackey Street, they can take your brake rotors off, and if there's anything left, machine them shiny. Then their technicians will install new pads, and before you know it, you'll be able to stop without people calling social service on you. I know they're trying to hit my car. Children in the car. Muffler World can replace the whole package, including hoses, master cylinders, and more. For first-class brake work, stop by Muffler World on Mackey Street. Open Saturdays 8 till noon.
Are you searching for something new? Something exciting? Your dream job in paradise? Well, look no further. Royal Beach Club Paradise Island is hiring. Join a dynamic group of passionate hospitality professionals, craft unforgettable moments, and thrive in a vibrant, welcoming atmosphere. Play your part in shaping the future of our team while growing your own career every day. Bring your energy, your passion, and your creativity to a workplace that's as dynamic and fun as you are. At Royal Beach Club Paradise Island, the opportunities don't just exist. They're limitless. So are you ready to find your perfect fit? Visit Royal Beach Club at paradiseisland.com/career today and step into a world of exciting possibilities.
Craving something bold, fresh, and unforgettable? Tropical Java-packed Escape, a Carib Greek fusion born right here in Nassau. From juicy grilled salmon, chicken, and pork gyros to loaded bowls, fresh salads, wings, and more. There's something for every craving. Find Tropical Gyros at any of their locations, JFK Plaza, Rosetta Street, Port Lucaya Freeport, or their franchise spots on Prince Charles Drive, Soldier Road West, Delaport, and Carmichael Road. Tropical Gyros, not just good food, it's an experience.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Ambition is a privilege, nigga. Enough man have. Remember that. Bad minds are disease, choke. Some man won't catch. Yeah. Well, I never bust a chain or me never pick a pocket. Never see a old man bag and try grab it. Everything me have, you know me work hard for it. So I some dirty nigga bad mind me for it. Every day them see me out the road and me a flat. Buy me one a liquor, so me have me one a glass. Girl them sexy and me clothes them so sharp. So who no like me style, tell a boy fit your car. So them a watch everything and me a wear. Them no see the hard work when me do for me career. But them a wonder how me things them so weird. Them want kill me for the carry me a steer. But me heart no dirty, me heart clean, clean like the water from the stream. Me mind no dirty, me think clean, I'm no dirty. Me heart clean, clean like the water from the stream. Me mind no dirty.
Oh, we're back at you on the Friday, August 22nd. This is Talking Heads, your boy Naughty and the company, right up until 6 p.m. And boy, Pearly got a good one this afternoon, man. The final 15 today, we got Colin Cowherd breaking down the whole drama in Dallas.
Yeah, I like that. That was interesting.
Pearly was very adamant, very insistent. We know we need to listen to the herd today.
Is Jerry wrong? Is Jerry right? Listen to people. It's a good listen to.
All right, so we'll check that one out. That's the final 15. Before we get to that, obviously, Pearly and I will get to the picks. But before we get to the picks, let's check out some headlines from today around Major League Sports. Commanders trading Robinson to the 49ers.
I thought it was kind of interesting.
6th-round pick. So the Commanders trade former starting running back Brian Robinson Jr. to the San Francisco 49ers for a 2026 6th-round pick. This according to ESPN's Adam Schefter. Robinson didn't play in Washington's preseason game Monday versus Cincinnati, signaling the end of his relationship with the franchise. The Commanders had planned to release him if they could not find a trade partner. Washington had been seeking to trade Robinson since earlier this month, in part because of the depth. Coaches say the team has it running back. Obviously, Quinn went there. He's only got 5 members left of the original squad he inherited from the old coaching regime. So obviously, he wants to put his plan in place and use the players that he likes to fit his system. But I think that's good insurance for Christian McCaffrey out there in San Francisco. And if McCaffrey does decide to hang it up in the relative future or this end of this year or next year, they got a good, young, serviceable back in Brian Robinson Jr.
Yeah, I agree. But big thing is college football this weekend.
Yes. It does start this weekend, correct?
Oh, yeah.
How many games?
We've got, let's see quick. We've got Iowa State and Kansas State, which should be a pretty good game.
Yes.
And
when is that game?
That is Saturday at 12 noon.
How many games Saturday?
You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games.
Oh, what I can do with 5 games on a Saturday in college football.
Yeah, actually, it's a lot more than 5 games. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, 5 games.
Only 5, correct? Because I think it's opening weekend.
Yeah, and then next weekend...
It's a plethora.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the big University of Miami matchup.
Me too, but I'm also looking to the smaller conferences. That's where I make a killing, is the smaller conferences.
Yeah, you sure do. Yeah, it's easier, yeah. But I'm looking forward. I'm interested to see how Colorado will do this year.
Listen, they got a pretty good replacement for Shedeur.
The quarterback they got is a 5-star quarterback.
5-star quarterback.
Yeah.
They got some other key pieces.
So we'll see where he goes there. The big talk is Arch Manning that good, or we'll see.
We'll see is correct.
We'll see. So there's a lot of hype on there. The hype family, but I'm hearing mixed emotions. Some people are saying he's that good. Some people
They
are
say
saying
one more year.
But we'll see. His grandfather, Archie Manning, the great Archie Manning, actually suggested that he play 2 years and then go into the draft. And he said he don't know about that, but he's taking it day by day. And I think he's not saying this is a one and done. But hopefully if it depends on how he looks. If he looks sensational, yeah, then go. But if not, ride it one more year and get some more under your belt. But I'm going to watch him closely this year. It's going to be interesting to see that. I like Notre Dame. Notre Dame is built for the playoffs. If they built to take it to the college championship game. They got a really good quarterback.
I want to see what UM does quarterback-wise.
Well, they moved
Cam Ward.
Yeah, but somebody transferred from Georgia or someplace to Miami? Oh, I can't remember the
that
school.
dude was overrated, though. I never really liked him.
Yeah, but it's gonna be interesting to see. So it could be some. It's gonna be. Is the SEC as strong as it used to be? The ACC, Clemson has a good team. Big Ten, Ohio State. What's not a good thing about it? Ohio State is the defending champ, but have lost to Michigan for 3 in a row. So the Michigan-Ohio State game is going to be a big game. Will Michigan take it to 4 in a row? So I'm excited. Will the Georgia Bulldogs be in the money? Big Chief, he's traveling right now, so I don't think he's going to call in. So that's going to be interesting to see. So college football is going to be exciting this year, folks. I'm excited about it.
Yep, NCAA, you concerned by football prediction markets, all the predictions, so keep an eye on it there. From the NFL, the Panthers extend offensive lineman Taylor Moton through the 2027 season. Moton, 31, received a 2-year, $44 million deal with $40 million guaranteed.
Wow.
But now the Minnesota Vikings inquiring about Adam Thielen. Hunter Renfrow has gone to Carolina.
Yeah.
Done a good job trying to make a career comeback. He was battling colitis. He's back playing football. So now Thielen maybe end up back in Minnesota, who needs another receiver with the suspension of Addison and somebody to be a third receiver in Minnesota. So Thielen may go back there and play his final season in Minnesota from whence he came originally.
Addison got 4 games, right?
3 games.
3, okay.
So keep an eye on that.
All right.
And then Rice doesn't even get to know his fate until September 30th. So he plays about 4 games before their suspension comes down.
Wow. Why so long? Why don't just deal with it right now?
We'll see.
Yeah.
Beasley no longer a target of gambling investigation. This out of the NBA, talking about Malik Beasley.
Okay.
No longer a subject of the NBA's gambling investigation and point shaving. Triple Crown jockey Turcotte of Secretariat, obviously the jockey of Secretariat, Ron Turcotte, or Turcotte, who rode Secretariat to the Triple Crown in 1973, has died. He was 84.
About his age, but it has to be in his 80s.
Secretariat was still one of the best ever to do it.
The greatest.
When you have the conversation.
The greatest.
And, pretty
much.
much.
Secretariat won it and was not, I don't think one race was close.
No, trust me. There was no competition. There was no real competition like that compared to some other great horse racing jousts over the years.
Firm.
Yeah, and then you had Seattle Slew later on.
Seattle Slew, yeah.
And then you had Gato del Sol was another one.
Gato del Sol, yeah.
Yeah, they had some good horses come down the pike. Yeah. Let's look at the WNBA tonight, Pearly.
Okay.
We got 1, 2, 3 big games tonight.
Okay.
You got the Indiana Fever +7 at home against the Minnesota Lynx. Lynx playing good basketball, but guess what? Caitlin Clark back for the Fever.
And I don't know. Is she?
That's 7 points is a lot to be at home, a home dog by 7.
I you know what?
I'll play it safe and go over to 165.
I'm going to take the Lynx in the points.
And I'm going to go over to 165.
I like the Lynx in the points tonight.
All right, we got the Seattle Storm -8 on the road against the Dallas Wings. The Dallas Wings are horrible. I think the Seattle Storm gets it done.
But the Wings are out of the playoffs. The Storm are playing
for a potential playoff spot.
But you got to take note now. The Wings had a good game out of what's her name? Oh, Father in Heaven, Paige
Brockers.
Yeah, she got off.
Paige has been going off, but it's only Paige.
Yeah, but I think I would take the Storm in the money line, and if you don't want to bet that, then I would take the Dallas Wings in the points.
I'm in the money line to win this one. And then the last game tonight, you got the Golden State Valkyries +6 on the road against the Phoenix Mercury. Phoenix is playing some surprisingly good ball lately in the WNBA. They're very good at home. I'll take Phoenix in the money line at home.
You know what? I'll ride with you on that.
Another option is the over of 155.5 as well.
Staying away from that.
All right. Well, that's
but one of our great Bahamian singers, Bahamian Dre, he goes by what you and I say on these points, on our predictions. So I just want to say a big shout out to Bahamian Dre.
So Bahamian Dre, when you win, remember Uncle Pearly and Uncle Naughty. All right, don't make us come looking for you. All right, man. So we up out of here, man. For Pearly, for MJ, who'll be back at us with us next week. All right.
Okay.
And I love you, MJ. And then obviously, Mr. Super Producer holding it down, Beanie Man Twin in the back there. Yaga yo, Ziggy Zay, Zagazo.
I only want my avocados.
You straight with your avocados, man. All right, your avocados.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're going to get to the break. Flip side of the break, Colin Conroy taking us home. Keep it right where you got to have a great weekend, Bahamas. We'll see you on Monday.
Ciao, ciao.
So me have me one a glass. Girl them sexy and me clothes them so sharp. So who no like me style, tell a boy fit your cap. So them a watch everything and me a wear. Them no see the hard work and me do for me career. But them a wonder how me things them so weird. Them want kill me for the carry me a steer. But me heart no dirty, me heart clean, clean like the water from the stream.
You try to rest, roll with the best. One better, no. For posters and binders, magazines and flyers. For window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it. Just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
He is the king of crunch, the master of flavor, and he's going to set your taste buds on fire with the new King Crunch sandwiches at Burger King Nassau. Crispy fried onions, pepper jack cheese, and bold chipotle sauce. Plus, fixins cover a crispy chicken patty or 2 flame grilled beef patties on BK's new King Crunch sandwiches that are bigger, better, and bolder than anything around. And they're only available at Burger King Nassau. Try one today.
Looking for tech solutions without the hassle? Since 1941, the Armory Company has been the Bahamas' trusted tech partner. From access control and cloud video surveillance to smart home setups and laptop repairs, we handle it all. Need a repair? We've got you covered, no matter where you bought it. Can't find what you need? Call us at 397-1600 for a custom solution. Visit us behind Wendy's on Mackey Street with delivery to all family islands. The Armory Company, where your tech problems meet their match.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Ambition is a privilege, nigga. Enough man have. Remember that. Bad minds are disease, choke. Some man won't catch. Yeah. Well, I never bust a chain or me never pick a pocket. Never see a old man bag and try grab it. Everything me have, you know me work hard for it. So why some dirty nigga bad mind me for it? Every day them see me out the road and me a flat. Buy me one a liquor, so me have me one a glass. Girl them sexy and me clothes them so sharp. So who no like me style, tell a boy fit your class.
And if you've ever watched me or listened to me, you know that I don't love talking contracts because generally speaking, they all get done. But the preseason ends on Saturday, which means it becomes game week for all these teams, which means it's about to get real for contract talk. And I got to admit, even as someone who doesn't like talking money, I don't like the pocket watch aspect of it, and the vast majority of these guys ends up signing their deals. I have to admit that the television producer that doubles as the general manager of the Dallas Cowboys and the owner and apparently a star of a documentary, by the way, Jerry Jones, he's given us some tremendous color here on the Micah Parsons stalemate, negotiations, impasse, and it's getting wildly unnecessarily ugly in Dallas. But depending on your point of view, maybe that's exactly what Jerry Jones wants because he's just here for the soap opera, the clicks, and we're feeding into it because here we are on the biggest show talking about the biggest story and the biggest team and their best defensive player who remains unsigned. So let's catch you up on it. Jerry Jones goes on Michael Irvin's YouTube show just yesterday, and he gives us a very colorful update on how the negotiations are going.
We wanted to send the details to the agent. The agent told us to stick it up our ass. We had our agreements on term, amount, guarantees, everything. We were going to send it over to the agent. And the agent said, don't bother because we've got all that to negotiate. Well, I'd already negotiated. I'd already moved off my mark on several areas. It's the mama-daddy deal. You go into mama and she won't do it. And she's the boss, so much. She won't do it. So you run into daddy, daddy says do it. And then you go back in and say, mama, daddy said it was all right.
I don't think that Jerry Jones traffics in the world of embarrassment very often, but Jerry should be. The agent in question is David Mulugheta. David Mulugheta, through multiple media sources, has put out basically, I'm not going to do any interviews, but I did not, nor did anybody with Athletes First, his agency, tell Jerry Jones or the Cowboys to stick it in their ass, whatever. That didn't come up. So David Mulugheta is disputing the use of that colorful language. But let's just forget about the language there that Jerry is addressing here. Jerry Jones is saying that there is not room in the negotiation between the Dallas Cowboys and Micah Parsons for Micah Parsons' agent. Now, I have an agent. I know most of you don't. You're lucky. That's the only reason we have agents, is to do the negotiation. It's the only reason we pay the commission. Maybe it's 3%, maybe it's 1%, maybe it's 5%, maybe it's 10%, depending on the industry. For Micah Parsons, it's probably in the neighborhood of 1 or 2%. But the point is, he pays arguably the top agent in football a percentage of what will be the largest defensive contract in the history of the NFL to do the negotiation. Jerry did not stop there, because I will get into where I think this actually ends up here in a minute. But allegations about colorful language, no room in the negotiation for Micah Parsons' agent. Jerry did not stop on his media tour with the posturing of how he looks at the timeline to get a deal done with Micah.
We really got 3 years to work this thing out. I did that with Dak, and we couldn't agree, so Dak played his last year of his contract, and then we franchised him. Of course, ultimately, we got a contract, made Dak the highest paid player in the NFL. So the president is handling it like Dak, but in this particular case, then Micah comes in and plays this year under his contract. If it doesn't, it's very costly.
Okay, so no one likes math on TV, but let's just go through some facts here for a second. Micah Parsons is set to make roughly $24 million this year. So at the end of that, from the Michael Irvin show, and Jerry Jones is like, if he doesn't, it's going to be very costly. Jerry Jones is 100% correct. Every game missed by Micah Parsons is roughly $1.3 million that Micah Parsons will not get paid. That's just money you can't earn back. So I think Micah Parsons is going to play week 1 because I think he would rather play for $1.3 million than not play and get zero. It's a revolutionary thought. That's where I'm at. Then Jerry's saying, really takes 3 years. And he's right, because there's this year, and then they could franchise tag Micah Parsons, and then they could franchise tag Micah Parsons again for 120% of what he'd be due to make next year. Now, the player would be unhappy, and he's already demanded a trade and scrubbed the Cowboys from all. Not good for the team to have a premium player locked into the salary cap because there's no flexibility. 100% of the dollars are guaranteed. You can't move it around for salary cap purposes, that sort of thing. But I absolutely believe Jerry Jones, that he talks to Micah Parsons about money, that he feels like he even moved off of his place. And I believe Jerry Jones that he is willing to make Micah Parsons the highest paid defensive player in football. But here's what I also believe, that that's not good enough. That if I was representing Micah Parsons, I wouldn't be saying, well, yeah, I just have to get $1 more on the average annual value than TJ Watt, just over $41 million a year. Or I just got to get $1 more than the largest guarantee ever for a defensive player in Myles Garrett at $122 million a year. Because those guys are 3+ years older than Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is going to be the highest paid defensive player ever. The question is going to be by how much. Is he going to shatter the record for a non-quarterback? Is he going to shatter the record for a defensive player? And there's no reason for you to get too deep in the weeds on who these agents are, but David Mulugheta is something of a cult-like figure in NFL circles because he's the guy who got Deshaun Watson the fully guaranteed contract, the 100% of your money contract. He's the new thing. He's the power broker in the NFL. He represents Jordan Love, CJ Stroud, and a bunch of guys. But here's another way that I know that Jerry is not being totally truthful in this entire thing. There are other players on the Cowboys who are represented by David Mulugheta, who is Micah Parsons' agent. So he's been able to get business done. So when he's talking about this agent wants to make a name for himself, this agent is trying to, be the big third party in this deal. And there's only room for two parties, me and Micah Parsons. He's done deals with Mulugheta's agency before. Malik Hooker is on his team this year, signed. And Jerry Jones, I know he likes to say that he's the general manager, and I know he carries the title of general manager, but no one believes that he's scouting the Senior Bowl and grinding tape on fifth-round prospects. He likes it for vanity. He likes it for ego. Do we really think that when Jake Ferguson signed his $52 million deal with Dallas, it was like Jerry Jones and Jake Ferguson drinking some Johnny Walker Black and just haggling back and forth? I think it should be $12 million a year. No, I think it should be $14 million a year. No, the Cowboys negotiator dealt with the player's agent because that's how it works. So this is very old school. This is very, if you've watched any of the documentary, good old boy from Arkansas comes into Texas, strikes it rich with an oil well, buys the Dallas Cowboys. He bought the Dallas Cowboys. He's probably going to have to give Micah Parsons more than $140 million. So he got the team for $140 million. He's about to give a player more than $140 million. Jerry Jones is living in the Stone Ages. He's living back in the 80s. It's just not how it's done anymore. And so ultimately, this is all posturing, and I believe that Micah Parsons will be unhappy. I thought the post with the Allen Iverson quotes and the waving goodbye and the scrubbing of the social media, frankly, I thought he was a little late. That's like the millennial playbook 101. You scrub the social media. You make it like, oh, yeah, I'm real serious. I'm real serious about this trade. I'm real serious about sitting out games. Chris Jones sat out a game, won. Guys don't sit out games anymore. There's too much money at stake. This isn't even the Emmitt Smith thing from back in the early 90s where he misses a couple of games, signs the deal, and then the Cowboys go on to win the Super Bowl. There's just too much money. These deals get done. So I will stay where I've been for months on this, that this is publicity for a new season, this is publicity for a documentary, and deadlines make deals. And we saw with Dak Prescott, as referenced by Jerry Jones, the deadline was the opener when he signed that deal. I expect Micah Parsons to be playing against Philadelphia, and this is just a lot of noise all the same. Which brings us to the other unsigned contracts here. Because I will admit, this is a unique NFL offseason in that we have 3 A-list Tier 1 players who are still unsigned. Terry McLaurin in Washington, Trey Hendrickson in Cincinnati, and of course, as discussed, Micah Parsons in Dallas. Now, I don't think Dallas is a Super Bowl contender, but they do. Washington obviously think it's a Super Bowl contender. They were in the NFC Championship game last year. They had Laramie Tunsil. They had Deebo Samuel. And Cincinnati knows that they've got a Super Bowl caliber offense, and they scored enough points last year to be a 12 or a 13 win team, but they only scored 9 because their defense was historically bad. The Bengals had a losing record. They were 3-4 in games where they scored 30 or more points. So we'll just go through these. I think Terry McLaurin signs in the next 72 hours. Generally speaking, preseason will end on Saturday. They'll revisit the big picture stuff. It'll be game week, and it'll really be like the game 2 weeks because with now 3 preseason games, there's more time between the end of preseason and the start of the opener. I just don't believe that a player who has been as consistently productive for Washington when they had no one at quarterback is going to let them have a superstar quarterback on a rookie deal with his number 1 receiver. Do I think Terry McLaurin is as good as A.J. Brown? No. But it doesn't matter. He's really, really good. The guy who signs the deal the most recently always gets a little bump because the salary cap goes up. So I will be shocked if Washington takes the field week 1 and Terry McLaurin isn't there. That one is as close to 100% as I can make it. Jaden Daniels just came out and said he thought it was going to get done. This one's going to get done. Next confident would be Trey Hendrickson in Cincinnati. I know it's Cincinnati. I know they're historically cheap, but they got Joe Burrow, they paid him. They have T. Higgins, they paid him. They have Jamar Chase, they paid him. They changed defensive coordinators. They used 3 of their first 4 picks on defensive players. Apparently, they've agreed on how much money per year and how long the deal is going to be. They haven't agreed to the biggest part of the deal, which is the guaranteed money. Reports are that Trey Hendrickson wants 3 years guaranteed. Bengals only want to do 1 year guaranteed. My guess is they settle on about 2 years guaranteed. Trey Hendrickson he's been, 17 sacks, led NFL in sacks last year, been 17 sacks each of the last 2 years. Yes, he's 30, but 2 years of guaranteed money feels like a reasonable place. And I can't imagine looking Joe Burrow in the eye and being like, hey, remember last year when you would score 30 regularly and we would lose? We want you to do that again. My guess is Hendrickson gets done. And then that leaves Micah. Again, I don't think he's going to be in the business of giving back $1.3 million per year. But at some point, Jerry Jones is going to have to do what apparently Jerry Jones doesn't want to do, which is talk to Micah Parsons' legal representation. This is all noise. It's all unnecessary. It's all unbecoming. But given that we are still in the season where the games don't count, it is fodder. And at least we know for Jerry, not for the 31 other teams. I don't think anything about the Terry McLaurin contract is because Washington wants to be in the news cycle. I don't think anything about the Trey Hendrickson contract is because they want to be in the news cycle. But for Dallas, we have a ton of data, including Jerry Jones's own mouth in the Netflix documentary. It's a soap opera 365 days a year. Jerry Jones sees value in the drama of dragging this out with Micah Parsons.